friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you the details on my first Project Pan update for the year. I have a few items that I finished off, some items that are still with me, one item that's being retired, and then some new additions. So let's go ahead and start. We will begin with the items that I have finished off. First one is the Chapstick Total Hydration Blood Orange 3-in-1 Lip Care. Probably not too surprised to see this worked through. I was here at the start of this particular year and I have finished this. This was a really enjoyable chapstick product. I feel like I will be more apt if I am going to purchase from the Chapstick brand to get this lip care item versus their like standalone like 97-cent chapsticks. I just think these felt a bit more luxurious. I don't think the ingredients are that much better, but I liked it and I really liked the blood orange like scent slash flavor. I've also finished off this pesky little Cover FX primer. Shortly after starting, I noticed that it was starting to dry out a little bit being in this big Tupperware piece, so I was very happy to work through it. I do not think I would ever purchase it because the packaging was so horrendous. Fortunately, I had gotten in a BoxyCharm, one of the last BoxyCharms that I had purchased, and I hadn't spent the full, I think like $40 on it, which would have been ridiculous. And the final item that I finished is my eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterline, whatever proof pencil in Sleek Onyx. It doesn't look maybe that finished, but I cannot sharpen it. I tried it, I asked Ben to try sharpening it, and then my girlfriend like tried all the people, and the problem was the plastic piece was like moving around and I couldn't get the pencil to move. So I just figured it was time to let this go and try to use up as many pencils as I can this year. So I have chosen something new to bring into the challenge. While we're here, we're also going to talk about the item that I am retiring, which is the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment. I will explain a little bit in more depth later on in the video, but basically I found something else to mix in that I'm more excited about the mixing process with over this. So even though I did manage to use a little bit of this, I want to put it on hold so I can make a dent in my foundation category in a different way. So say bye-bye for now. You might see her again, you might not, we'll just see. Since I mentioned the retirement of my foundation mixer, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my first update product, which is the Fenty Beauty. I don't know how to update you on this. I have used it basically every single day that I've applied any kind of foundation product, but I, for the love of me, can't like see through the glass. I can't hold it up to see through it. I can't seem to get like a settlement line in here. So I have no idea where I am. I can't get the cap off. Like, we're just flying blind. I thought initially I was here at the start of the project, but I'm not even sure that's true. All I know is when I do my one pump, product comes out. So we're still trucking along with it. It's what I have on my face today mixed with something else. I do like this foundation. It's not a perfect color match for me, and this time of year it's a little bit hard with a matte since it's so dry out and my skin start to have a little bit of dullness, but happy to keep working on it and hopefully I will finish it soon. I honestly have no idea. Second item to update you on is my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Prep and Set Water Mist. I thought I would blow through this. Incorrect. The mist on here is very fine. Like, you don't get a ton of like mist sprayed out. So I do quite a few sprays, which is why I thought that I would go through it really fast, but I guess it must be sucking up very little product when it sprays it on your face. But this is where we're at for progress. I was here at the start. I am down here. Maybe it'll get finished off at the next month, but I don't think so. I definitely think it might be a 6 to even 8 month week mark before this will be used up. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I definitely want to use up as many setting sprays as possible because that category has kind of erupted a little bit in my collection, but I didn't pay for this, so using it up entirely would be, worth it and just an extra bonus. Another complexion product that I have in the challenge is my Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer from Maybelline. I was here at the starting mark. And now I'm down to here, feeling pretty good about this. Remember, I wanted to bring this in because I have a backup of this brand new. I don't know why I have a backup of it. Must have been able to coupon it for a super deep discount. And I want to finish this off. I have a lot of concealers, but really and truly, this is the go-to. I feel like most of the concealers that I have are too brightening, like they're too light, too bright. So I probably will end up decluttering them. Initially, this time last year, I was mixing them with foundation, and that was working fine, but I have plenty of foundations now. I don't need to be mixing concealers and like prolonging it. So I definitely want to finish this off and then maybe bring in like a brand new concealer to be able to like see how long start to finish it takes me to use a Maybelline concealer. I don't know, kind of intrigues me, but we'll see. I have a kind of like pathetic item still in my update category, and that's my NYX Wonder Stick. You guys, this is all I have left. I had been delaying this update because I was like, next time it'll be finished off. No. She's still going strong. I didn't even do like a marking on here, a new marking. This is where I was at the last update. There's just like nothing. There's just nothing worth marking on here. I'm gonna keep going until I can't evenly like apply product on my hand to pat on my stippling brush. I see no reason why I should stop using this. I definitely think I'll be sad when it's gone because I have really become accustomed to applying this. I definitely could buy this again, but it feels super wasteful to buy a product when half of it I don't even want to use. But if you're in the market for a product like this, I've really enjoyed this very surprisingly. I have an eyeliner whose days might be numbered. This is my Sephora Crayon Contour Eye Pencil in Cocoa. The reason why her days might be numbered, and I'll show you what she looks like right now, is because the lasting power hasn't been stellar. The last handful of times that I have gone to apply this, I've noticed by about halfway through the day, one eye, not both, one eye struggles to have any liner like still hanging out and with me. I have no idea what's going on. I tried sharpening it to see if maybe I just needed to get some fresh pencil. That didn't really seem to work. So I don't know if this has changed on me and thus needs to be decluttered, but it really makes me want to focus on these pencils because I've had them at this point for many of them a couple of years, and granted you can sharpen a pencil to kind of rejuvenate it, but they aren't going to last forever in a day. So I'm not sure. I'll give it another month, and if it's still causing me problems, I'll probably just end up decluttering it from my collection and picking another brown if I have something worthy. Two more updates, one of which is my blush from Benefit. It's the Rockateur Benefit blush. This is what she looks like. I have to say, looking at it here, I really have a good bit of the top third of the grate showing here, and I'm starting to see the same pattern when I was forming the grate in the first place, which is down here. I'm starting to see the distinctive like lines that form the grate. I will say that I feel like this might be experiencing a little bit of hard pan because I'm really having to swirl my brush around. I also might be feeling that way because I am in some places dipping into the grate to pick up product. I'm not like doing it intentionally, I'm just noticing the way it's wearing down. I'm very tempted to repress this. I wouldn't repress it in this packaging. I would need to have another pan, and I think I might have a couple of pans in my collection that I could repress this into. I don't know though, I feel a little bit weird about it. I might give it one more month of working with it to see what kind of outcome I have at the end of that month, and then I might make the decision, but it's on my mind and I haven't ruled it out. I still love this blush. Anytime I have any kind of eye look that isn't a warm tone, this is the blush that I go for. It's like a real fave of mine. Then going off of that, I have the highlight that I brought in, which is the Glow Subtle Glowing Nights highlight. From Lancome. Looks like this. I don't think you're gonna see like a ton of progress because I really stuck the last, like, I'd say few weeks with cooler tone looks, which isn't what this kind of highlight calls for. And I also, when I did use it, I was really trying to work over on this side to try to just more evenly wear the product down versus burrowing into it, because that's kind of my MO. I feel like I kind of widened this circle down here, but I'm only piling product up along the side. So am I really making that much progress? Don't know. I'm definitely overthinking it, but I'm enjoying this still. It's still a lovely texture. I think it's a beautiful, easy to apply highlighter. So again, anytime I have any kind of warm or gold look, this is the go-to highlighter. Okay, let us discuss the new puppies that are coming in, my newest members to the collection. So item number one that's being brought in, our first newest member, is this foundation from ColourPop. It's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. So I bought this back at the tail end of summer / like fall, when it was getting all the rage on social media. And immediately I hated it. I felt like the color, I had a hard time getting a color match, first off. And then second, I felt like this color was the best match, but not like a great match for me. Best out of the choices, but best of the worst in that kind of way. I also hated the way it looked on my skin. I felt like it just made me look slick. And I really have come to learn, I'm just not a fan of a dewy look. I don't mind like a semi-matte look, but I much prefer semi-matte or matte over anything else. And this just on its own wasn't it. Plus, a lot of issues we're pointing out. Plus, I felt like it never like set on my face. Like I felt like it constantly was still malleable, and I didn't like the feel of that. Like there were certain points in the day where I just wanted to scratch the product off my face, and I wasn't having an allergic reaction to it because when I would take this, like the makeup off, there was nothing under my skin. I just didn't like the texture. So I kept it here thinking like, I'll give it a try in a different season and see how it goes. And I don't quite know why it happened. I think it's because I'm at the point now where everything is so dry, like head to toe, I'm very dry. The air is very dry. My hands are cracking. Like moisture is difficult to come by in the Northeast area this time of year. So my Fenty foundation was looking a little Sahara-y on my face. Not its fault, but being a matte product, like not a great marriage with my skin. I put these together. They are a magical combination. It works so well. I do equal one pump of each, or like more like a half pump of each, and this helps lighten this. It also helps make it more like breathable and skin-like, and makes me look less like I've lost all sense of moisture. I'm the driest human ever. It's what I have on my face right now. I think it looks good if I do say so myself. So I figured it would be time to bring this in officially, make her Facebook official, and remove my LA Girl mixer, because as soon as I tried this pairing and loved it, I hadn't touched the LA Girl mixer since. I can't see through this, but I can unscrew the lid. So it looks like I'm a little above halfway on this. I definitely don't think I'm gonna buy this foundation when this is all said and done, but it's working well for this very specific purpose. And so for that, it has a love in my heart for now. Other thing I wanted to bring in, speaking of like dry skin, is a new primer. This I had tried to finish off last year, but the seasons turned on me and it was no longer working in the way I wanted. So we're bringing it back, we're doing it. This is the number 7 Skin Illuminator. The black line is where I am starting. I don't have a ton of this left, but this is a very nice subtle glowy primer. I do not like the ones that make your face look silvery if you don't put something on top of it. That's not my jam. I'm not a fan of that look on me personally. This is very, very subtle, so I do like it for that reason. Wouldn't buy it out, like wouldn't go out of my way and buy it, but it's been working well in my collection. And one more primer finished off is excellent because I do have too many primers. I don't need to have more than like 2 on hand at any point in time. Speaking of primer, I also thought it'd be fun, now that I finished off my CoverGirl, I went back out and bought the Milani eyeshadow primer, and I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to see brand new, never opened, I just took it out of the package for this video, see how long it takes me to use up one of these. I thought that'd be fun. So no starting mark here because haven't used it once. So I'm looking forward to seeing month to month, kind of like the Maybelline concealer that I'm tossing around using brand new. I do want to see in some regards like how products like this that I do deplete over the course of a year at least once. I'd like to know like how many of these I might go through in a year. So stay tuned. 4 more items that I wanted to bring in. I really was like going for it. I'm feeling very ambitious or just curious about things. Another like relatively like new item. This is the Trader Joe's #1 Almond Cream Moisturizing Lip Balm. I decided to go for this because it is quite literally brand new. And I really love, I love the Scroll Up lip products. I don't know why, but just like physically seeing how much product I have left is so freaking satisfying. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this down before I break it or something ridiculous, because that would be like me. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's truly, truly brand new, like right at the very top. I drew a line on here just so we could be legit, but a lot of product in here. It's not as emollient as the chapstick one, so I don't think it will go as quickly. I don't think I'm gonna have huge dents every single month, but I really do like this one, and it's a Scroll Up one, so she got picked. I also wanted to go with my MAC paint pot. I haven't had this item very long, but I just feel like I'm going through it quickly. Like I feel like I have pretty noticeable damage in here for only really using it 2 months. Like I got it right after Christmas, right around Christmas, somewhere in there. This is where I'm at. Like it just feels like I am moving through this, and I don't really feel like I apply that much, so I wanted to bring it in here to document it, to have it on my horizon, because truthfully I don't want to marry myself to this kind of base. It's $23, and if I'm going to go through multiples of these, there has got to be something cheaper out there. I will say the drugstore, at least my local drugstores, have nothing that is matte and is cream at the drugstore for me to work with, nothing like in this tone. So they're not offering me very much. I'm gonna try to hunt around for something cheaper because that's just how I roll. But in the meantime, I just wanna document the length of this for my own purposes. As I foreshadowed earlier, I am bringing in an eyeliner. I was going through and testing out some of my pencil liners, and in the end I wanted to go with this one from IT Cosmetics. It's the No Tug Waterproof Anti-Aging Gel Eyeliner. I'm going with this one because 1, it is the highest value left of the ones that I have, and 2, it scrolls up. And the reason that was something that appealed to me in regards to choice is I can't sharpen these, so once this loses its creaminess or its like capacity, I can't revive it by sharpening it. So this is where I am starting. It looks like this. There isn't a ton in here, but I don't quite have a realm of how long it will take me to use that amount of product. I also can't mark this on the cap because I don't have a silver permanent marker. I only have black, and black on black won't really work in regards to tracking progress. So we'll see month to month. I will say it is on the drier side, and I think it's because it's drying out. That's why I also want to use it. But once it's on my eye, it's like glued on there. I've had watery eyes sometimes, and I've not had any problems with the eyeliner. I also don't have problems taking it off. So it's really nice, and I do enjoy it. So we'll see how long this takes me. I definitely feel like this might be the year of pencils, me just working on pencils and less on felt tips, which is kind of weird, but I'm feeling more motivated since having to declutter a full size one of these to get these used up. Last item is my new go-to concealer for like blemishes or spots or anything like that. I was talking in my makeup collection inventory video that I was nearly done with like a super mediocre liquid concealer that I've been using, which liquid with liquid and a sponge isn't a great combo, but I stuck with it for like 2 years. And as soon as I finished it off, I said to myself, I really want a stick or potted concealer. And I, for a second, thought about going to Sephora, and I was like, nah, let's see what the drugstore has to offer me. And I went with the Revlon Photo Ready Concealer. This is in the shade 001, which is fair. And I really like this. And I thought to myself, I wonder, how fast will I go through something like this? I've only really ever used liquid concealers for my blemishes or like dark spots or things that I just want to kind of even out before I put on my foundation. So I'm just thinking like, let me give this a try for tracking it. I've not yet flattened it out from when it first came to me, but I have used Like this was at the very top when I had started and I've already worked it down that much. So I'm just curious. This stuff I was able to coupon, so I think I paid like a couple of dollars for it, but it does retail, I believe, around $10, $12. And that can easily add up over a year if I have to buy multiple, that it might make me reconsider like maybe getting a potted concealer that's maybe a bit more pricey because I won't go through it as fast. Who knows? See how my mind works? Like, welcome inside my brain. So this is the starting mark here on the cap, and we'll just see month by month how it goes. All right, guys, that is it for me and this video. I really hope you enjoyed hearing my status updates, my thoughts. I hope you're jazzed for the new products that I am bringing in. If you have any tips or things that I should try out with the products that I have, please let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon.